It's the grass and the right thought. Welcome to the School of Marvelous Light, little flock. Switching gears for your sakes, because Abba wants me to tell you about your home. That's what we're going to talk about right now. He doesn't want you to forget your home. Don't forget that you were born into sin. You were born into the land of sin. You were born into the world of sin. But you came from a land of joy. Indeed, a city of peace. It's your homeland. He doesn't want you to forget that when you walk into the gates of your homeland, you are met with joy, where everyone is celebrated. Everyone is celebrated as equal. And when each one returns into the gate, we are all celebrated. Made joy over. That land where we lack nothing. So therefore we share everything that we have with one another. Don't forget it. When we made sure to honor our father and our mother, Abba Yah and our heavenly mother, Marhala, wisdom. Don't forget your mother, Marhala, for she cries out to her children, and she has bore many griefs for your sake, just wanting you to return home to her arms. She has indeed taught us the way back to our Father's bosom. Home again, where there's plenty, where the trees give off that sweet fragrance of frankincense and myrrh in the air, and that breeze of the blossoms all year round, for there was no sun or no moon. The light of our Father gave us light in that holy city we walked in. We shall indeed return to. Remember today. Remember the jars of oil that when you poured the oil and you set the jar down, it was refilled immediately. The honeycomb never ran out of honey. Never thirsty and never hungry. Never afraid and never a reason to shed a tear. For in that city is righteousness. It is where righteousness dwells. Our hope to return home again, to be found worthy to return back to that city. And we have been found worthy indeed, or you would not be listening to this message, little flock. You who know you are indeed the little flock, and you know who you are. The city of a warm embrace and great hospitality. Hospitality that you have not seen in this world. Where a stranger can rest his head, free of shame and guilt. He can fill his belly with a warm, healthy plate of food. He can sip wine with a friend, a newfound friend. He can help protect the home of a newfound friend in honor and in integrity and in justice. All the children are looked after as one, and we lose not one in the city of peace. Remember it, Israel. Never let it go. Let it always be your faith, your home, your home. Let it always be your hope. Let it always be your love and your first love, home. Where I will indeed reunite with my master, who has shown himself to me in his grace when I was afar off, surrounded, without hope, without faith. But hanging on to that pearl of great price called love. that thing that will make a man die for his friend. Forgive me, Israela. Salakia. The greatest energy gifted to the human frame and the most rejected but not the world you come from. It is the cornerstone that we hold in the highest esteem. If there be no truth, there be no nation, we say. If there be no love, there be no nation, we say. Say it, Israela. If there be no truth, there be no nation. If there be no love, there be no nation. For our nation is founded on these two principles, truth and love. Let a man live by truth and love, and he will indeed live. And that is why your homeland will be the only land left inhabitable in the end. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Zion. Zion. And where there be salvation in his holy mountain, our home that have been prepared for us, he has said to us. And I know for some of you, and I honor you today, the hoary head of Israela, you who bear the mark of the king with the hoary head in your long journey here. I honor you today, who stand firm in the truth. Some of you 90 years, 100 years, trampling on the head of the serpent. Virgins, I honor you. Though you be not honored in a place like America, you be highly honored in the kingdom of heaven for fighting the good fight for many days. Many days. For it's hard to bear one of them in a land of wickedness. So you who stand today, I honor you, for many are self-deleting, they call it. Many are deciding it is better that I get out of here. They can't run from judgment. They shall seek death and not find it. They won't find what they're looking for, those who self-delete. They are not going to find what they're looking for, which is rest. Why else would you self-delete? Now, did Christ say, self-delete, and I will give you rest? No, that's not what he said. Did little Judy self-delete? Yeah, he did. He found the weight and the guilt of betrayal too heavy to bear. And that's what this whole world will indeed find out. And they will indeed self-delete. Tell me if I'm lying to you, little flock. Read your word of your Father. And see if it indeed says in there that he has caused nations to self-delete on your behalf. Stand still, for you shall not need to fight in this battle. Stand still and see the salvation of Abba Yah. And they self-delete. This has happened on numerous occasions. So Abba Yah says he don't change. He gonna bring all nations down and cause them niggas to self-delete. So there ain't no need in you being worried, is it? That's why we're in the barn. I mean, ain't that why we in here? What do people do with their sheep when a storm comes? They just leave them out there in the pen? In the sheepfold? That's what they do? Or do they bring them into the barn? Yeah. See, yeah. See, the lost sheep of Israel, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of Israel. Who said that? Y'all love quotes, right? Well, here's a quote. I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Who said this? So are you the house of Israel? Then guess what, buddy? Yahushua was sent to you. And nobody but you, according to that quote. And can he lie? Well, it's hard for the truth to lie. It's so hard that it's impossible. It is not possible that he tell a lie. Damn! No. That's why he's truth. Abba, y'all know what he doing when he makes something. He know what he doing. If he say, okay, now I'm gonna make lie, then that nigga ain't gonna be able to tell the truth no matter what he do. No matter what he do. No matter how much booty do he got. No matter what he do, no matter how much booty do, it don't matter. He gonna lie. He gonna do what Abba tell him to do. And that what Yahushua said? I do what Abba tell me to do. And y'all think it's strange. Okay. Well, y'all say there ain't no God out there in that world, so stop trying to nosy in here and hear what we're talking about. We're talking about our stuff. Go on back to the sandbox over there with Chucky. Esau. Go back over there with him. I know he's easy to make out. He's red and hairy. Go there. Yep, you see him right there. Look at him. Going. Yep, that guy. All right. Y'all have fun. Okay. Now, little flock. Them damn wolves was trying to come over here. I had to bonk that nigga on his head, and them stars went around this shit until he staggered on back over there to Chucky's sandbox. He ain't fucking around over here with the sheep. Don't you get it? Israel, listen to this. The grandson was given a staff and 2 swords by the Most High. That's the weapons he said, okay, that's the warrior you are. He gave me some blue armor, and then he put, with a silver lining, by the way, let me make sure I tell you the whole truth. He gave me some blue armor with a silver lining on it, 2 swords, and a staff. So he made me well equipped to trample on all the power of the serpent and scorpions. You see? Now, that's part of your crew. You also got Dawada, King Dawada. He don't let none of his sheep get taken either, if you read it. He part of your clique and team. Not to mention the king himself, Yahusha, before we go any further. He's not letting any of his sheep get taken. He said he's here in the sheepfold as well. You got a hell of an elite team, like I've told you. You really do, little flock. You ain't got a damn thing to worry about. You don't. You just keep your eye focused on getting back to the city. That's all we were doing anyway. It's just that while on the journey back, sometimes you would stop listening to the king and you would go astray. And he would leave the 99 sheep and go back and get the one. That's how much he loves you. And so he's brought you back. But we're in the wilderness going back to the promised city. It was a city that was promised for us. Can you hear the grandson speaking to you, little flock? The new Jerusalem is a promise from Father, because this world we suffer and we say, Abba, we can't do it here. It is no joy. Any. We admit it. And he says, well, I'll give you a gift. I'll give you a new city in where righteousness dwells. And we, by faith, believe it. So we give this life up. We no longer chase for any joy and happiness in it because we know that it won't offer us any. It's the land of vanity. And we wait for the land of eternity in which we will dwell eternally in it, in our eternal bodies that have been fashioned for us by the truth himself, because he knows the truth of you, which means when he gives you the gift of your new body, he knows exactly what will give you the most exhilaration to do in it. So he fashioned the body so that you can do what you want to do, whether that be fly. Well, your body's fashioned to do such a thing. Like jumper, well, your body will be fashioned to do that if that's what brings you joy. You want to walk through walls? Your body will be fashioned to do that. You want to walk on water? Your body will be fashioned to do that. You want to heal by touching somebody? Your body will be fashioned to do that. That's what it is, because everything I just described to you, Yahusha did in his body. And if you be the body of Christ, or that part of that flock where he's leading us right into the promised land, where you're going to see him face to face. His spirit is leading us. Don't you get it? The cloud, guys, by day, the fire by night, his spirit. The Ruach HaKodesh, our mother, leading us back home to our father and our brother, so we can see them face to face and rejoice again in the kingdom of heaven as one. You see it? That's the promise he gave us, that you'll see me again. You say, wait a minute, our mother, the comforter. Yes. Yes, our mother gave her life as well as our father. Y'all don't hear it today. Y'all don't hear it. How do you hear wisdom today if she didn't sacrifice her life as well? That's the part of the story you didn't hear. That's why y'all rejected Marim, named after her mother, Marihla, that I've told you from the beginning of this message. When you see the family, you will always see a woman in the family by the name of Mar. Marm. The French took that and called it Madame. Madame. Or Gaul took it and called it Madame, and erected a temple there in honor of Madame, which actually means Marim. But they couldn't say that because they're, well, you know why. And so they said Madame. And they made a church named Notre Dame in honor of Madame. See? The blessed one who carries the righteous seed in her womb. Marem. You see? What I mean about how you'll see. Watch, little flock. Watch how the comforter going to speak to you. Wisdom going to tell you. Moses. You got a brother. Aaron. Aaron. And then here we see a woman, Miriam, which is the same name, Marim. See? Don't you see it? A prophetess she's called. How many prophetesses do you read about in the Bible? Because some people say prophetesses don't exist. Well, that's a lie, because Miriam, as y'all call her, Marim, we call her, was called a prophetess in the scripture. Wow, wee! Diggity, diggity, dang! Yep, bonked you on your head, little whack-a-mole woman haters. Pow! Ding! Oh, I thought they were alphas. Nope, look at them out there in the field dangling. Damn, stars and birds going around your head. And those birds, not Tweety birds. They are condors and vultures. You hear that little flock? They ain't Tweety birds. They condors and vultures. Damn, that's what they got going around his head, just waiting to snack as soon as that nigga expires. They don't want things that are alive. They want things that are dead. So they'll never touch you. That's just the way it is. You see? But you'll always see it. So let's see when Christ. Let's see if we see a woman carrying a righteous seed in the family with name by Marim. Yep. The Virgin Mary. Marim. It's the correct ancient way of saying Mary. Marim. So here we see Marim again. And then we see Christ. Do we see a Madam with him? Yes, we do. Madam of Magdalene. Mary. Madam. Oh, here we see it again. Yes, we see it again. We see the same name every single time. And why do we see that there? Because Abba Yah is telling you that wisdom is dwelling with you. So don't you fear, little flock. Now, who did Yahusha give wisdom to? He gave wisdom to John at the cross. John, this is now your mother. Who is my mother? Wisdom. Madam. I give wisdom to you, John. Now you carry it forth. John's carrying it forth right now. The branch. The branch is the one who sticks out of the root. Well, that would be Yahusha, who is the father. He's the root and the offspring, he says. So he is the true vine and he's the root. Well, the branch is planted in the bosom of Yahusha. Now, reading the Bible, if you see if there's anybody planted in his bosom, that would be John, the same guy I just told you that received wisdom. Oh my God, the same one that Revelation said he will prophesy again. Matter of fact, it's the same book that was written by John. Oh my God. Yep. The branch. See why, little flock, you can trust your boy, because he don't tell you no lies. He only tells you what Abba Yah tells him to say, and all you gotta do is realize. That's all you gotta do. Abba Yah don't gotta lie. Madam is always gonna be there. You see what I'm trying to tell you? Wisdom, that is. That's why he said, I will send you the Comforter. Well, who has the Comforter with them? John do. That's why he said, if he tarry till I come, what is that to thee? Why are all these strange scriptures written of John and not the other apostles? Why does it say he's the one whom he loved? Well, I just told you why. Because he's got wisdom. In other words, he is where the cloud and the pillar of smoke and fire. The pillar of cloud and the pillar of fire. He is where it's at. So, I really want y'all to understand why I keep saying little flock. Because we're in the wilderness, going back home. The branch is lift up a standard, it's written in the Bible. He shall lift up a standard, and to him shall the Gentiles seek. The Gentiles are Israelites that forgot that they were Israelites. He helps you remember who you are. Now see if you see that here at the Grandson of Right Thought. See, ain't nobody lying to you. If you didn't know you were an Israelite, if you listening to me right now, little flock, if you had a friend and they didn't know they were an Israelite, they just thought they were what they were, and yet they said, man, I'm hearing a lot of stuff about our people might be Israelites or something. Do you think you could bring that person to the Grandson of Right Thought and Grandson of Right Thought could give them clarity? Do you think so? Well, if you do, then I'm confirming once again that what I've been telling you is true. I will send you the Comforter. The Comforter is our mother. Isn't that who comforts you after you get a whooping? Israel got a whooping. That was 400 years of slavery. Somebody got to comfort them after that whooping. That's Marihala, wisdom, our mother. She's comforting us now. She covers us as a cloud by day and as a pillar of fire by night until we get back home to our Father. It's our mother. The part y'all didn't know. The sacrifice y'all have not heard of. And why? It was a mystery. He said, the man and the woman are one flesh, and this is a mystery. Why did he say that the man and the woman are one flesh? Because they're both going to give their life for their child. A man and a woman who love each other, when they bear a child, they adore this child on another level. That's what Abba Yah has always wanted. But it took the man and the woman to love each other. So once that happens and they bear godly offspring, then they have done what Abba Yah wanted. Read Malachi and tell me that's not what he wants. So the man and the woman are one thing. They both give their life. The man, when he, watch, I'm going to prove it to you. When he orgasms into the woman, he is dying in that moment. You see? That's why when the man, when he was having sex with the woman, you read in the scriptures, and then he pulled out and ejaculated on the ground. Y'all remember that? He ejaculated on the ground. And then he died because of that. See? So when you give your spirit into a woman, You're dying in that moment. You're having a death in that moment. You're giving your life up so that a life can be born. Well, the mother gives her life up in birth. The birth of a new nation. That's when the mother sacrifice comes into play. She literally is giving her life to bear that child, and some women have actually made that ultimate sacrifice. Ask Rachel. Ask her when she put Benoni in the hands of Yaakov and died on the side of that road. Says, I give you my last gift. Remember, in remembrance of me. Then let's see if that's what it was. When Yawasapa, Joseph, was in Egypt, and his brothers came, and they told Joseph that there was another son, but they didn't bring him. And he inquired about that brother, and they said, that's Benjamin. And he didn't believe it. He says, what? There wasn't no Benjamin when I left. He said, I got to see this Benjamin. Bring him. And Judah said, no. Eventually it came down to it where Judah said, no, man. There was a discrepancy that Joseph had set up where he could keep Benjamin there. Joseph was like, take me instead, man, because if this boy don't go home, my father gonna die in sorrow. That is his last piece of the wife he loved. Son of sorrow, Rachel called him. Son of sorrow. But Yaakov, Israel called him. Binyan Manya. Benjamin. Sorry, y'all, with some commotion over there to my left side. Sound like them niggas was about to fight over there. You see how they always trying to disrupt Abiyan's message, but they can't do it, y'all little flock. Them wolves over bark and howl, don't they? They're always fighting each other and fighting over a scrap. Ain't it sad? Anyway, son of the right hand is what that means. You see? Now let's see. Son of the right hand. The woman named him son of sorrow because she gave her life to have him. You hear that? So then, let's see here. If that's the case, then he became the son of the right hand. Well, is it written in Revelation that the woman travailed in birth and she gave birth to a man-child, and he was caught up to his throne? Where's the throne? The right hand of the Father. You see that there? Do you see it? Alrighty then. Then the story has never changed. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's never changed. So that cloud that gives relief during the day and gives warmth at night is wisdom. And it be with the little flock as we travel back home. Going back to Zion, on our way, headed back to Zion. On our way, headed back to Zion, on our way back home. Y'all see? Siloam Israel.